we're up to some tricks.
Oh, Arlene, how pretty.
Wow. Look at that blindfold on Miss Arlene. That's a sweetheart, isn't it? I will warn you ahead of time that our first contestant is really contestant. And once again, all of the people concerned have the same general occupation, so that if you seek the occupation of one, you will find, if you're lucky, the occupations of all. We'll also have a famous guest challenger in a little while, but right now I think it's time for you experts to see what you can do about our first contestants. So will they come in and sign in, please? Panel, just in case you're a little bit puzzled, what we're doing is signing in, and there is more than one, so you see this takes a little bit of time. But now will you please come over here and join me? And I would ask you, first of all, if you're familiar with our scoring system. Are you? Right, if you're ready and familiar with the scoring system, we'll go through the formality of letting folks at home and those here in the theater know exactly what your line is. Actually, panel, I don't think there's much to be gained by taking a particular note of where our guests are from. I would say that New York could be the present residence for all, and we would be fairly accurate. Beyond that, I will tell you that our guests are salaried. Let's begin the general questioning with Arlene Francis.
Are we blindfolded because somebody here on the panel would recognize one or more of the contestants?
No.
That's one down and 9 to go.
You mean we're just blindfolded just for the...
Just for
They don't
fun.
like our faces to be mean?
Mr. Sifter, actually, you used the term recognize somebody. We will admit that there is probably an area that might have some identification factor to it. But it has nothing to do specifically with the recognition of features or the recalling of any past acquaintanceship, etc.
Ah, there you go.
And that makes it still 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Surf.
Well, now, I thought it was a masculine voice that said he understood the game, and a feminine voice that said no just then. Am I correct in assuming that there are members of both sexes mixed up in this group?
Yes.
Is this some number that, is this some troupe that does appear somewhere in the entertainment world?
Yes.
I think we can say that there is an area of entertainment which would have to be accepted, and to the degree that there is performance, and certainly performance with a specific purpose of entertaining or attracting the public's attention.
Yes, thank you, John. Thank you.
Well, you're right. Why?
Is there any connection between this group and the magnificent television industry?
No.
2 down and
No.
8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Are any of you or all of you performers?
Yes.
Well, are all of you performers?
Yes.
Do you perform on stages ever?
Yes.
Before live audiences?
Yes.
Do these people pay to see you?
Do these people pay to see you?
Sometimes.
You mean they're sneaking in occasionally?
Annie Oakley.
Well, do you do what you do for profit ever?
No.
That makes it 3 down and 7 to go,
No.
Mr. Allen.
Well, if you don't do it for profit, how do you live? Cannibalism isn't rampant in the... Is it it's a theatrical group, and still, how many people are there in a group, John?
That's a very good question. Why don't you see if you know the answer?
Well, do these people actually perform themselves?
Yes.
You do. And you don't take money for it?
Well, with the...
Indirectly. Under the table, you mean they're short people?
Now, the question was specifically asked, Fred, as to whether they performed for profit, whether people paid to see them. Now, they do not perform for profit in the functional term, nor are they always performing before people who have paid to see them perform.
Well, is this a choir of some sort? Is it a singing group?
A choir. That makes it 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis. The answer is no.
Well, do all of you work for a non-profit-making organization?
Yes.
Is it a charitable organization?
Yes.
Is it one of the better-known ones, such as the Red Cross or the Salvation Army or that type of organization?
Yes.
Is it the Salvation Army?
Yes.
Is that all?
Well, now, actually,
Do I have to find out who puts the nickel in the drum?
no. No, you don't have to find that out, but there is something. I think that Miss Dorothy has her
I'm finished.
mask off now, but what we wanted you to come up with was the fact that we have a Salvation Army band with us, complete. Now you may take off your... Lieutenant and Mrs. David Baxendale and Lieutenant and Mrs. Vernon Post. Yes, Dorothy.
Please flip the cards, John. It's my treat.
I'll do better than that. Dorothy took off her... Tell you what we do, we'll flip all the cards, and I would just like it very much. I don't know whether you all feel you could do it, but would you play for us once? Would you do
Yes, from Guys and
Guys and
Dolls.
dolls.
We'd like to play for you a well-known Christmas carol, Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
That'd be wonderful if you do that right over here. Fine. Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to all of you, and thanks a lot for our carols. Now, there are 4 of you, so let's see, that's 50 times 4 is $200 for the Salvation Army. And thanks a lot for being our guest. I don't think you need to be told what wonderful work the Salvation Army does, and I'm not going to stop now and give you a long plea that you do something about it. I would just suggest that if you haven't made some small contribution to the Salvation Army in this Christmas season, it's not too late. You can do it next week, you know? All right, panel, I must congratulate you. Very good.